today's topic of discussion is value attention. So I see a lot of guys in today's society, they just dish out their attention to women like fries and they don't have any value on their attention. Hence why women don't have no respect for these guys. So we're going to be discussing some key points to value your attention and what you should be using your attention for. And then that way there, a woman has it that this guy here is of value. So first point is purpose. You need to be using all your attention predominantly on your purpose in life. So around 90+% of your attention should be used on working on your purpose, improving mentally, physically, emotionally and spiritually. So all four arenas. And that way there, you're effectively valuing your own attention. A woman cannot value you and cannot see value within you when you're giving all your attention to her. Do you understand? So a lot of guys nowadays in today's society, they're chasing women, they're giving all of this attention to her, giving all this validation to her, and then she's thinking subconsciously that this guy here is not using his attention on his purpose. You need to be using your attention predominantly on your purpose. So for at least 10, 12, 14 hours of the day, each and every single day should be used towards working on your purpose. And then you've got the rest of your time to spend it on family, speaking to women for marriage purposes, and so on. So it's really important to have your designated time for working on your purpose. So predominantly all your day should be worked on that. And then you've got your other allocated time, an hour or two at most. I would say less than an hour that is used to speak to women for marriage purposes. So if you, for example, go to a marriage meeting, it shouldn't be lasting more than 45 minutes to an hour max. I would say about 45 minutes. That's usually the best amount. 45 minutes to half an hour. You tell her straight, okay, cool. Speak to her, eat some food or whatever, and then speak to her, ask her the questions that is related to yourself. So what kind of person she is, you want to get her to do predominantly all the talking, and then that way there you will be able to figure out what she is like as a person. So then she's gonna, at the end of the meeting, gonna think to herself, oh, okay, this guy here, she feels so attracted to him. Reason being is because she spoke the most of the time. Guys nowadays, what they're doing is, as soon as they're speaking to women, they just start blabbing on. They start talking so much. And then this woman here is thinking, oh, this guy here, does he actually work on his purpose? Does he actually provide value to society? Or is he somebody who just talks? So that's really important. Value your attention. So anytime you speak to a woman for marriage purposes, do not be that type of guy who's just giving all your attention to her. And then she's just thinking to herself, she just gets turned off by that. So that's important. Next point is lower your gaze. So anytime you're speaking to a woman in general, or if you're out at work, or if you're in the gym, or wherever you are, you always want to lower your gaze. And this is from the deen side of it as well. So God has told us as Muslims to lower our gaze. Reason being is because guys in today's society, what they'll do is they'll just look at a woman and then they'll just objectify her through their mental sick perversion. And then a woman gets turned off by that. She sees this guy here is so thirsty, so desperate to get a relationship with her, that he's just staring at her and he just keeps on looking at her. Masculine men and guys who are actually working on their purpose, they don't stare at a woman. They lower their gaze and then they carry on working on their purpose, their mission. So this is what it is. Guys of value, they're always prioritizing their purpose and they haven't got time for wasting it on low quality women. A lot of women in today's society are of low value anyway. They bring pretty much no value to the table except drama and headache. That's majority of women. There's some women who are actually of quality, but that's what it goes back to. You need to filter women. So I tell this to guys, you shouldn't be that type of guy who is always talking to women and always just chatting them up and all these kind of things. It's just like the woman just sees this guy is just so desperate, and then it's like if there was a room, right, and there was 10 guys in there, all these 9 guys are looking at her, staring at her, trying to have a conversation with her, and then there's that one guy who's just doing his own thing and he's not paying her any attention, she subconsciously is attracted to that guy and she wants to gravitate towards him. Reason being is because this guy here, he values his attention and he doesn't put her on a pedestal. He's somebody who is clearly out of her league. So you know what the saying is, oh, she's out of your league. So a lot of beta males, they'll be like, oh yeah, she's out of your league, bro. You know, she's of value. Well, guess what? She's thinking that about that guy. So that guy is out of her league. So that's how you do it. So lowering your gaze will literally make a woman go crazy and obsessed and think, oh, this guy here doesn't pay me any attention. He doesn't even look at me. So this guy is clearly not looking at me. Reason being is because I'm not somebody who is as valuable to him. So clearly this guy here is of value. So that's that point. Next point is masculine frame. So you always want to maintain masculine frame around women or whenever you're around men as well in general. Do not be that type of guy who's deviating away from that and then you're stepping into your feminine frame and then you're always talking. The most talking I'm doing is pretty much in these videos, in YouTube videos. Majority of the time when I'm out and about, I'm always listening and I'm always seeing what information I can take from guys and what I can learn from them. And then we're talking about things which are productive, things which are positive, not things which are just talking rubbish or talking about things that are irrelevant. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll talk about the same nonsense all the time, whether it's football related, whether it's, you know, some sort of thing that's happening at work. It's nothing related to themselves. It's nothing related to their actual goals and objectives and progression that they're making in their life. It's always about something else or someone else. So in life, right, you need to be prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your purpose and prioritizing improving in all areas of life in order to get women to comply and get women to respect you as a man. That's why women don't respect men in today's society, is because a lot of guys nowadays, they're always feminine, so they're always chit-chatting away with women. They're always needy and clingy and they're so desperate to get into a relationship with a woman that a woman just gets turned off by these guys. So that's what it is with masculine frame. Guys of masculine frame, they speak little and they do more action in life. So that's what it is. So speak less and do more. So that's that point. And then the next point is challenge. So a woman needs to see that this guy here is a clear challenge and he's somebody who is going to be very difficult to attain and try and lock him down in a relationship. The roles in society have been switched between men and women. Men are chasing women down and they're trying to lock them down in a relationship when it needs to be the complete opposite. A woman needs to be given a guy, so she throws these like choosing signals at him. So that's what choosing signal is, effectively a hint towards the guy to let him know that she's interested in him. So there would be back in the days where a woman would drop, like, let's say a handkerchief on the floor and then she see that the guy is next to her and then the guy would pick it up for her and then they would strike a conversation. It was things like that. So that was like a choosing signal. So this guy here is of a challenge because he's not somebody who's going out of his way to go and chat to as many girls as possible and to just, you know, approach them and just say, oh yeah, this and that, and then he's trying to sell himself. It's just, woman just gets turned off by that. That's why you see a lot of these guys in this, you know, Viz community, these beta males. All of these guys are all beta. They're all trying to chat up women. They're trying to put women on a pedestal. They're trying to get them to feel a certain way, and they're just using all these chat up lines. Like, none of that works when it comes to women in the long term. In the long term, women lose respect for guys like that. They've lost respect for guys like that. Reason being is because them guys there are changing their nature and they're not a challenge to get a relationship with. So it goes back to it. So I gave the example at the beginning. So if there's 10 guys in the room and then 9 of the guys, she can get them because all of these guys are giving her their attention. But that one guy is not giving her any attention. That's going to be a challenge for her, and that's going to be a sense of, oh yeah, this guy there's something mysterious about this guy. And women love mystery, and then they're going to be trying to solve that. So that's how women think. Women think completely different to men. So a lot of men thinking, oh yeah, if I'm thinking a certain way, a woman's going to think that. No, a woman, it thinks completely different, and she's attracted to other things in life, and it's not what men think. So be that type of guy who's a challenge. You're working on your purpose, you're prioritizing yourself, you're prioritizing your goals and objectives, and conquering as many tasks as you can in a day. And then the woman sees that and sees that, okay, this guy here clearly values himself, he values his attention, and he prioritizes him. And then that way that she's going to be trying to chase him, trying to chase after his validation, chase after his attention. And then that guy is going to be very difficult to try and please, because that guy there is of value. So that's that point. So for a quick summary, working on your purpose, you need to be prioritizing your purpose each and every single day. Don't deviate away from your purpose. You want to predominantly spend more than 90% of your time each and every single day working on your purpose and improving in all areas of life. So mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So all 4 arenas you need to be trying to excel in each and every single day. You need to be improving in those areas there. And then a woman sees that this guy here values himself and he values his purpose over her. So you got to work on your purpose first, and then the woman comes into the equation afterwards. Do you understand? Don't be that type of guy who's working on his purpose and then the woman comes along and you start to pay all his attention to the woman, and then the woman ends up getting turned off, and then she ends up pulling away and she starts to lose desire, and then guess what? You've lost your purpose, and then you've lost the woman as well. So you need to make it clear to a woman, you prioritize your purpose, and a woman will try and get you to deviate away from your purpose and try and take you away from your purpose. And you need to let her know anytime she's showing any type of disrespect, you hit her with the check behavior and no contact. Let her know that you're not going to be tolerating when a woman takes you away from your purpose. Your purpose always comes first. And the next point after that was lower your gaze. So anytime you're out and about, anytime you're at work or wherever, at the gym, you want to lower your gaze whenever you're around women. Do not be that guy who's just giving you attention. So attention through the eyes is still attention. So when you're looking at a woman, that right there is attention to her. Do you understand? A lot of guys are just so stupid, they don't understand this. So when you look at a woman, you're giving her free attention. So when you do not look at a woman, you're giving her no attention. And then that way there, she thinks to herself, this guy here, he doesn't look at me. Clearly, he's accustomed to speaking to girls at her level, so at her beauty standard and higher. And this is very important for girls who are seen as more attractive. So like 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. So girls who are looking that physically appealing to all these other guys. A lot of our guys are going to be giving them a lot more attention. But then when they come across that guy who doesn't give them any attention, she thinks to herself, what's going on here? And then she's going to be gravitated towards that guy. And then the next point after that was masculine frame. So you maintain masculine frame at all times. Do not be that guy who's just chit-chatting all day with women, chasing after women, trying to get her to fall in love with him, just forcing everything on the woman. And the woman just gets turned off by that. It's like there's no natural chemistry that's being built there. And a lot of the times chemistry is built through no contact and working on your purpose. So you're spending time away from the woman, and then whenever you interact with her, you're giving her some sense of value there. Do you understand? It's not like, oh yeah, it's forced and it's not a vibe which isn't there. And then she is constantly trying to seek your attention. And then the final point was challenge. Be a challenge in when you come across all women. Don't be that type of guy who, let's say you speak to a woman and then you see of somewhat of value within her, but then you're just so overly invested into her, and then you start to pursue her, and then she's thinking, oh, this guy here, was clearly won over. So certain guys, right, let's say the example of the 10 guys in the room and that one guy is not giving her attention, and let's say she starts to go up to that guy and starts to speak to him. If that guy just gives all the attention to the woman, that woman there gets turned off by that, and she sees that, oh, this guy here, I thought he was of somewhat value, but then as soon as he started to speak to me, this guy has started to become overly invested into me, and he's starting to want to pursue me too hard, and then she gets turned off, and then she moves away from that guy. So that's all the points covered when it comes to value your attention. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.